Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick.
I'm Ian.
Today we're talking about backing tracks and whether or not musicians should be using them when they're playing live. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check them out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlists we put together, and the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release new episodes. So backing tracks is something that's been in the news a lot over the last several months, especially with all the stuff coming out recently about Motley Crue. Mick Mars made the claim that, I don't know if have been paying attention to the news or not, but Mick Mars is suing the band over a bunch of different stuff.
Royalties mainly.
Yeah, mainly royalties. One of the claims is that he is the only person from the band that plays live. And I haven't, you've seen Motley Crue a lot more recently than I have.
Well, almost 10 years ago. And to be honest with you, and I think I've even mentioned on this, I don't know if it was them or their sound mix, their sound engineers, they sounded terrible. I mean, it was just
so maybe
everything.
They didn't use backing tracks.
It may not 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They may not have been using the backing tracks then because it was just.
No, that's what I'm saying. That since then they probably added
maybe.
those in because of how bad they sounded live.
Right. But it's always we've known for months because even before all this happened, it came out that Vince Neil has been using more backing tracks than him actually singing. So we know that that's the case. Whether or not Nikki Sixx's backing track using on his bass, I don't know.
The one thing I was reading that said that the claim was that Nikki Sixx doesn't play anything live. That his part is all pre-recorded.
Then so let me say this. Backing tracks are fine if they're providing an element of music that you don't have a musician to play, or to have like backing vocals over your own vocals. So there's like a backing track, literally a backing track. If you're using it as a complete substitute for your performance, then you shouldn't be there.
Yeah. That's no different than what Milli Vanilli was doing in the early 90s.
I mean, just make a music video and put that up on, and maybe put that in the theaters or something.
Because like you said about, when it comes to like additional guitars and things like that, that's kind of where I think backing tracks are a good thing.
Yeah.
Is if you're a musician in the studio,
you can play around with
things. Exactly. You're not as limited with what you can do musically, because if you're sitting down making a song, you got to think to yourself, oh, well, how are we going to play this live? Mm-hmm. Where now with backing tracks, that's why I don't have a big issue with it. I know a lot of people out there do. There's been tons of videos on YouTube over the last 6-8 months about people using backing tracks. I don't have a big issue with it.
And artists have been doing it forever.
Exactly.
Just to fill out those live performances.
Exactly.
If a singer, like I said, if a singer is singing and they need like background, like if they've on the album they're singing 2 parts.
Yeah.
You can't do that in live performance. So you have a recorded part and your singing part.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with that because it's just filling out the live performance.
If you're just mailing in the entire performance and just lip syncing and playing along with the backing track, I guess I do have an issue with that.
Yeah, I think you were insulting.
It's disingenuous.
Yeah, you're insulting your audience because prices for live performances have gone up considerably.
Absolutely.
And if you're not playing live, when these people, even for the nosebleed seats, have paid almost $100 or more, then I would say that's borderline criminal.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I guess I just wish there was a little more transparency when it came to this. Right. I just saw an artist not too long ago. I went. He was actually opening up for Mod Sun. I don't remember the name of the artist. He put on a great show. It was just him. He was the only person on stage. So it was very obvious that everything around him that was going on in the background were all backing tracks. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, he's out there. You can see what he's doing.
Was he singing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's singing and rapping over the music, which I'm completely fine with that because you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with that performance. If you're going to watching, Motley Crue or whatever band, there's a lot of bands that are doing it. Pretty much every band out there is doing some level of backing tracks.
Yeah, because they have to.
But if you're going to see any band and you think you're paying all this money to go see them live and they're just up there playing along to a track and they're not really doing that performance live in front of you, like I said, I think that's you're ripping off your fans by doing that.
Absolutely. And with that artist that you're talking about, if he's a smaller time artist, he doesn't have the popularity, he may not be able to afford a band.
Yeah, and
to go on
he
tour.
couldn't. This was
Right.
that was his very first tour he's ever been on.
And
was
as
with
long
Mud
as
Sun.
as long as the parts that he's responsible for, he's doing live, I don't care if all the music's recorded,
Yeah.
pre-recorded. You know,
just be honest and upfront about it.
exactly. Yeah, I don't have a band. I'm just gonna play along with this recording I got.
Yeah.
But I'm playing my parts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're cool. You know.
So this also came up last year when the band Falling in Reverse was supposed to play a big festival in, I think it was Chicago, that they're supposed to be playing in. But they had to cancel their performance because their laptops got stolen. And they couldn't do the performance without their backing tracks.
Were they like, not DJs, because DJs are more of a
No,
solo
Falling
thing.
in Reverse is a rock band.
So what they need their laptops for?
Because they're so used to playing to their backing tracks that they couldn't do the performance without them.
Huh.
Which is almost like a whole nother level.
Right, well, I mean-
you become so reliant on having that playing in your ear and playing
Right.
behind you that you can't do your own music without it. And that also goes with, they do click tracks. I know a lot of artists that they use click tracks instead of backing tracks. I guess it's kind of along the same lines. You rely on that click track so much. If you don't have it, it can probably be pretty hard to play without it.
I guess it seems to me like I'm not a musician, but if you're sitting down to write some music, you're sitting down with a piano or an acoustic guitar. You don't have that new music in your head to follow along with. So how are they writing music?
Well, it's a whole different process in the studio when you're creating it.
I guess.
But after you're done creating the music and you go to play it live,
They spend weeks and months with this stuff. They can't play it live without help.
That's why I said you'll get a laugh out of it.
Because I've
when I
never
bring
heard
it
of
up,
this this band or whatever.
Falling in Reverse, they got some great music. They're a really good band, but
apparently not.
they just can't play their music without their backing track.
All right. I mean, I guess if they're playing their music, fine. They're playing over it. I guess,
They are playing over there. It's not like they're just.
Or is it just
playing,
like in their ear and they're to keep along, like, or is it playing through the speakers as
it's
well
playing,
as their
It's
stuff?
playing through the speakers, yeah. But they're so used to playing along with it. It's almost like a musical crutch, I guess.
Because I mean,
that they
I know
play
there's
along
artists
with.
who have, like, specifically singers who have a earpiece so they don't forget lyrics.
Yeah.
So
that, and you can't hear yourself.
Right. I know that, but
over
I
the
mean,
speaker
but they're
without
also they've got a feed going for lyrics. I mean, it's not a lot of artists. I couldn't even think of one off the top of my head, but I know there's artists that do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's fine because again, they're still singing.
Yeah.
Artists forget their lyrics all the time, and it can be embarrassing.
Yeah. I just thought it was really funny that they couldn't play because their laptops got stolen.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Well, that's all we got for today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop us a comment down below because I'd love to know what you guys think about this. I know a lot of people out there absolutely hate backing tracks, and they think it's like the downfall of music and all that. And I can see some of those points.
When it's extreme.
When it's extreme, but I kind of understand why with layering of music and things like that they do over the last 20, 30 years with music. I understand why there's some need for it, but love to know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below. That's all we got. Until next time,
Talk to y'all later.
keep on spinning. Peace.